Our thoughts are the causes. You sow a thought, you reap an action. You sow an action, you reap a habit. You sow a habit, you reap a character. You sow a character, you reap a destiny. So it all starts with a thought. So let's start with a thought today for our special talk today is let's be confident with ourselves. What do you say? So let us sow that thought now and reap it into a destiny. And generally, when we talk of confidence, a lot of people think that only few people are confident, few are not. It's absolutely not like that. Each one of y'all is confident in something or the other. For example, you might be amazingly good in singing, but not so good in dancing. So when it comes to dancing outside, you are like, nah, I will not go. I'll sit outside. So that's a small example. But the person who is absolutely good in dancing may not know how to sing, right? So it's a simple example that confidence is not in general a whole package of you. It's just in bit parts. So you might be good in 100 things, just you might be lacking in a few. So don't worry, even the most achieving people in the world have somewhere where they're less in confidence. Yes, they have learned the art of masking it. They've learned the art of how to improve it slowly. So the small little bits on that I'll give you. But before I start anything, I would like to tell you one thing. I might tell you 100 jokes, okay, but if you don't laugh, I can't do anything, right? So it's all up to you. I tell a joke, you cry, you laugh. If I tell a sad story, you cry. Only if you decide to, right? So now, anything in life you want to achieve, you have to decide. Hi Vibha, it's nice to see you all also come on. Hi Mr. Indulal, it is nice. Gurudat Savarkar, I'm very fine. It's long time since we connected also. Um, Chandrarekha, it's happy to see you. Yeah, it's nice to have so many people on because I just don't like to talk alone and I love talking. So a little simple fundas that I'll give you, and they're very basic because I'm not what you call a qualified instructor in these things, but my life's experience and accidentally it so happened that a lot of people come to me and talk to me. So indirectly, I have tried helping them out, gain confidence in themselves. See, when it comes to individual, what we do is we do a research. So where what is happening with them, where's the shortage, how on the particular point we help. But now generally today when I am talking, it's very difficult to talk in particular, so I'll be talking in random. But there's some important fundas that I have followed in my life because as most of you all know, I was just a homemaker before I entered this field, and it's now approximately 5.5 6 years since I entered this field. I think 2014 I entered. Since then life has changed so much, and how did I transit from that field to this field? It's a main question that I get everywhere, every media I go. So it's just that you build on that. There's some normal funda that my father used to tell me: keep challenging yourself, don't accept defeat in life, learning goes on even till your last breath. So I've just followed that. But when we try to teach youngsters or even some people who have think they're not confident, I lay down certain rules. And one first class rule I do is I ask you all to buy a diary. Okay. Now, in maintaining that diary and writing things down is very, very important. Okay. And I'll tell you how you can classify it. I'm not going to go into too much elaborate, but I'm going to give the main basic fundas of how you can, wherever it is possible, pick up your confidence. So, first thing, this is your personal diary. It's not like your day-to-day diary that you write. No, this is for your confidence build-up diary, because everything in the head is temporary and you miss it. So everything that you analyze, start writing it down. So that helps a lot, because today what is and a month later what is, you will easily see the difference. Okay. So now we pick up a diary. Okay. And then what I have done is simple divided them into different subjects so that you'll understand what exactly it is. The first part is what I call identify. See, as I told you all earlier, you're confident in a lot of other subjects. See, a lot of women are amazingly good in cooking, crafts, all those things. But when they have to come on a stage and talk, no. So, this is where we call it identifying. See, you identify all those areas where you're not confident. That means, am I going not confident when I'm going for the interview? When I'm going on the stage, I cannot talk. I know the complete matter, but when I go on the stage, I become closed mouth. My mouth gets sealed. So these are all the things there where you note down. There are lots of other people where different areas where they go blank. So that is where we call lack of confidence, of lack of courage. So it's first and foremost step in you trying to improve yourself is identify the areas which you have lesser confidence or lesser courage. So first and foremost is identify. Okay, so as I'm telling, if a few of y'all who are listening are already achievers, as I know I've seen, so y'all will recognize with what I'm telling, because somewhere down the line, without anybody telling y'all already have done this part. So it's very simple. And what I request you all to do is also that when you are talking to somebody else, uh, share the basic fundas that you have followed to achieve. So you know what happens, it helps others. So my second important formula is self assertion. Now, what is self-assertion? Have you heard some of these kids when they're going to exam, they say, "I'll pass, I'll pass, I'll pass, I'll pass," or when somebody is doing a work, "I can do it, I can do it, I can do it." They say, "Have you heard it?" I think a lot of you have done. Also, will be doing it. Why do you do that? Just to build up yourself, telling that yes, you can do it, because there are lots of people in the world who are competing with you and they want to be better than you. Then a lot of people also tell you can't do it. So somewhere within yourself, your mind, without your knowledge, it works and says yes, come on, buck up, come on, do it. So you need to start building up that self thing on your own. And somewhere down the line, I would like to tell, because I was just talking this and I remember a lot of us create what you call that negativity. See, maintaining this positivity of that I can do, that is very important. For example, a lot of your mothers, especially, will relate to this. Your kid is getting late for school or college, and what do you say? It's time up, it's late, you'll miss the bus. You realize what you're doing? This is a complete negativity. Okay. So instead of saying that, what if you say, it's 7:30, get ready fast? You're conveying the same message, but there's no negativity here. The child will understand that it's going to be late, but that that negativity is not created early in the morning. A lot of you all also compare with each other. Comparison is a zero. You have to not compare, because each individual is good in their own ways. Especially what we do as see, that person stood first rank, you did not score. And oh, that kid is so good in sports, what is wrong with you? I am giving you everything, why are you not doing it? Instead of doing that, this is all negativity. So instead of doing that, if you do it as simple as this, you need help, I'll come and sit with you. Let's beat that guy this time. Let's do better than that person this time. This is positive part of the same. Message conveyed is the same. But now here, you're pushing the confidence of the kid to do it. Same thing when you do it with your husband or anybody. The husband comes rejected back home, and you say, I told you now. See, this is such a negativity. You should not do that. You should say, well, I'll stand as a support. Let's do it. You can do it. You have the power to do it. It makes a lot. So here in self assertion, there are two things I have divided. Is one thing is you need to keep telling yourself, yes, I can do it, I can do it. And important also is, instead of saying I might do it, I don't think so I can do it, why not say I'll try to do it. um, I'll try my best, at least I'll give it a chance. If I fail, so what? Let me do it. See, there's a difference, right? So don't accept defeat even without trying. I know you don't know what it is, but start trying. the next step will follow. So I hope there's some part of it that you all have understood. The third point is very, very, very important in today's life: the right circle. What do you mean by the right circle? There are lots of people around you who say, "Chod do yaar, you can't do it. You can't do it. You're good for nothing." You don't need such people around you, especially if it is a friend circles or a relative circle. You don't need such people. Now you become smart enough to move around with people who are continuously challenging themselves, doing something new on their own, competing head on with others. When you're with such people, what happens is automatically, without your knowledge, you also get the courage to do something new, because you seeing them do fail but still do, right? So the circle, the people around you is so very important in so many different aspects. We tell everyone your friend circle is very, very important. So similarly here, your friend circle, your circle around you is so very important that they indirectly infuse confidence in you. So remember, one thing is very important: your friend circles. And somewhere down the line, they make a lot of difference. They take you out, and all these 1, 2, 3, 4 points that I'm putting you, all of them go for a toss when it comes to that, because without any work you get confidence in yourself to do things. That is the practical side of it. So friends, yes, that is very, very important. So anybody who is creating that negativity in your life, smartly get away from them. So that's it. And the other important point is, everybody knows that, right? You need goals. Simple as that. In any goal, be it small or large, is very important in your life. Smallest in the small terms that we say, when it comes to confidence. See, somebody who's obese loves dance, okay, and what is happening is, that person wants to go to dance class, but is afraid that she or he is going to be insulted in class, or they'll be embarrassed in class. So they're taking that, not taking that step to get out and go to the class. But now, if you have set your goal, you've set your mind that I will learn dance at any cost. If you become strong in that area, that itself will give you the push to go. Then, your mind start working in different angles. See, instead of going like this, your mind works around and it says, "Array, I am going for class. Even their kids are coming for class. Now, when I'm going to school, what is happening? Same way, dance class. I'm going to go. I'm not going to care absolutely anything about what others are going to say or what others are going to do. I am going to learn. I'll go and learn and come." See, your goal, a strong-minded goal, also makes a difference in pushing your confidence ahead. So this is all inner built. So when I told you about the diary to keep, that's because you put your goals there. And when you put your goals there and you bracket, you write, "I don't have the courage to go." Okay, then you start thinking, then you start planning, branch out and start planning. How can I go? I have to learn. So how can I go? How can I learn? There's so many different points and directions will come to you. So if it was personal, I could have told you, but as it is general topic that I'm talking today, you have to know how you have to find out. So you'll start finding. It's easy. Once create a problem and put in front of you, you'll start finding solution because you made up your mind to solve. See, it comes back again to one more thing: make up your mind. See, without making up your mind and making up that will, it's very difficult. So get your goals in order. It might be as simple as, I have to get that interview done well. I have to get the job. I have to get a promotion. Now, see, when it comes to promotion, all of you all know, a lot of people are afraid to go and ask their higher ups for promotion. Uh, what do you do then? Nothing wrong, right? So it does not mean, I want promotion. You can't go and ask. So there's a code of communication that happens there. So learn that respectably, follow the rules, and then approach for promotion. Okay, you did not get the promotion even after asking. What do? Don't be sad. It's your first step. You've tried. Pat on your back. You've tried. You have not accepted defeat and not even gone and asked. You have asked. That's your first step. Now you start doing again. Now you remember, you've heard the story of the spider climbing the wall, coming down. All of you all have heard, right? Similarly, we go here. It's just that a little different. Try, but every time you try, you don't follow the same path. Every time you try different routes. So you learn what mistake you did first time, you try to improve on that and go. So that itself indirectly starts building that confidence in you. And remember one thing, every time you try anything in life, small pat on your back because you've tried. There are lots of people who don't try. They say, oh, it's not going to happen. Chhod do. It's not going to be that. So important is to try it, irrespective of what it is. There are lots of people who say, I want to learn photography. I don't want to become a professional, but I don't even know how to hold a camera. Aren't you doing it with your mobile? Already your first step is done. So go ahead and do. So there are lots more like this. Important when you have done all this and you have set your goals. Now, by miracle, it will not happen. So what you need is patience. Okay, now what is this patience? All of you all know it takes time. When you are born, did you walk immediately? No. When you take an apple in your hand, did it by magic go inside completely? No, you have to eat it bite by bite, right? So that's how anything you set up immediately will not happen. It will take its own sweet time to happen. So what is important is to have that patience to work things out, and nothing is going to be like, a lot of women want to reduce weight, and they start exercising. In 2 days they think, I will lose weight. No, it's not going to happen in 2 days. It's going to take months and months and months of continuous dedication for that. Similarly, even building up a confidence in any field to do anything is going to take time. So all you have to do is patiently do little bit at a time. So that is why you need to write down, I did this today, it did not work out, so what I do next. And if it is worked out, you say, yes, it worked, so I can use this formula and go ahead. So but it happens slowly. Now you do not to go in the dark. You're completely afraid to go in the dark. You can't say, yeah, I am strong, I've got confidence, I'll go in the dark. Imagine, immediately it will not happen, but slowly you can build it up. Same way when you're building up, stepping a feet into anything. Now a lot of people say, I want to become a model, and they'll come. Yes, they have won the first step, is they have decided, they've set their goal to become a model, but do you think they'll immediately become a model? It's a long journey and it needs a lot of patience, because first and foremost they need to learn a lot. They need to know how to dress, how to walk, how to talk, how to sit, how to get up. And a lot of times modeling also means acting, so you need to learn that. And after learning is your part, then getting the role, getting the chance to walk, to how to get that is another step. So it takes a lot of time. And if you are like, in a few months you say, oh, I cannot do it, leave it. If you do it, you're losing your chance. So be smart, have patience with whatever you work, continue to doing what you're doing, and then see how the fruits will come to you. Your trust in yourself also comes back, so you can do it. Now, a lot of people say, hey, don't be afraid. And achievers are never afraid of anything. No, fear is just fine. Fear is just fine, because people who are afraid of certain things are the ones who conquer it. So remember one thing, if you're afraid of anything, that's when you know, yes, now this is what I have to conquer. This is where I lack courage. This is where I need to learn and do it. Because generally in life, a lot of things go mechanical. Like you get up in the morning, you do this, you go to work. A lot of things go mechanical, but there are only certain pockets where you're afraid of certain things. And it's not like you should not be afraid. You have every right to be afraid, because every individual is afraid. See, we come and talk bindas in front of the camera or on the stage, does not mean we are afraid of anything. We are not afraid of anything else. We are afraid of a lot of things. Especially for me, when I'm walking down the stairs, I have this notion that I will slip and fall. See, because I'm an injury prone person, I am that I have. But what I have done is to conquer my fear. I always hold the side handle and come down, railing and come down. Because I have to come going up and down. I can't stop going up the stairs, right? I have to go. But to conquer that fear, I hold the railing up and go, or I come slowly, carefully down. I like when I was a kid, I don't run around and do anything I want. There's another thing that generally we say, right? When kids were small, and we were kids also, we wanted ice cream. Mom used to say, "No, if you ask ice cream, I'll hit you or scold you." Do you think you would stop asking for ice cream? Just think about it. Nah. What used to do? Used to find ways and means of getting your ice cream. What used to? Some of them fall down, cry, or some of them do throw tantrums, but they used to get the ice cream. Now, does that childhood feeling goes as we grow up? It goes off. Suddenly, everything becomes, oh, my mom is going to scold me. My mom is going to hit me. That fear starts. Or as you grow older, my boss is going to scold me. My boss is going to fire me. Or if I go there and if I talk, I get embarrassed. All this confidence, somewhere we lose it as we grow up. Probably because of the society where we keep telling, hey, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. I think we need to get out of those clutches and say we're afraid, but we can do it. A lot of people, when they come out into the public, are not ready to express themselves. It's okay. That's right. You have the right to be afraid. You have the right to hold back. But just try for once talking. Nothing is going to happen. Nobody's going to laugh at you. And even if they laugh, you laugh with them. Ha ha ha. You laugh with them. That is the best way to overcome what you're doing, because nobody becomes an expert talker at the first day or first time. It takes gradually a lot number of times before they become good at talking. So make that attempt. Be afraid, but don't let the fear stop you from doing anything. Now, after that comes push yourself. What do you mean by push yourself? Now, if you've seen, right, when you're walking, you trip and you fall down, and what happens when you fall down? You stay down? No, you get up, right? Same way, when you in life, when you've barely managed to have a courage and you've gone ahead and you're doing something and something fails, just imagine like this, that you've fallen down, your knees are a bit scraped, but you still get up, brush the mud off you, and you walk again. Exactly similarly, do it the same. Brush off, see why you fell, what was the reason you fell, see that you don't make the mistake again. So never ever get stuck. Say, I failed now, that means I'm not good at it, I cannot do it. Never ever say that. Go ahead and get up and start walking again. Probably you might start running again. You might become very good at that. So this is one thing you should know, how to push yourself. Don't expect others to push you. Don't expect others to give you encouragement. You yourself are the best encouragement you can ever get. Why? Because my next point is simple and straight. This is my last point, me and myself. Because as I told you in the beginning, if you want to laugh, you have to laugh. If you have to cry, you have to cry. Rest of them. So you should pamper yourself. In life, you should come first to yourself, then others. You've seen, right, in the flights, the announcement comes if there's a drop in air pressure, the oxygen mask falls down. And what do they say? First, put the oxygen mask to yourself, then help others. Apply the same thing in life. You come first. So treat yourself, love yourself more before you love others. When you love yourself more, you pamper yourself, it's only then you'll have the strength to do it to others. So when you start pampering yourself and you start saying, I am good, I am the best, I can do anything. So what if I can't do this? Others I can do. So when you start saying that, see, everything else goes for a toss. You will be confident enough to do it. You slowly build up. You will get the courage to challenge things, to do a lot more things. So very important now is trust in yourself that you can do it. Don't go around by what other people are talking about you. What you believe in, you write it down, You work towards it to getting it done. These are just very simple things, but when it comes to culminated thoughts of getting confidence, is simple formula at the end. I'm telling you, is you have to believe in yourself. That's it. Because if you don't believe in yourself, others are never going to believe in you. So first and foremost, believe in yourself. And if you really think there is a lack of confidence in certain areas, the simple formulas I have given, just follow that, start writing it down, and see how things improve. Because if there's a fire in front of you and they say cross it, and so you can't, can you not cross it? Yeah, you don't have to go over the fire. There's a round route to go, right? So there's always an alternative route to go and achieve to where you want to reach. So remember that. You make up your mind which route to take. You will get it done. So there are certain things that I had a long time back when I started getting out, started researching. There's certain things I had done. So just a simple formula on confidence, I'll tell you. Confidence, according to Wikipedia, is essentially an attitude which allows us to have a positive and realistic perception of ourselves and our abilities. It is characterized by personal attributes such as assertiveness, that's what I had told, optimism, be confident about yourself, enthusiasm, get ready to go ahead and do things, affection, pride, independent, and trust. And the ability to handle criticism and emotional maturity is very important. See, ability to handle criticism means what? That you don't care. You can handle it. You can fight it out. And emotional maturity, that means you saying, I can handle everything. Now, confident people have deep faith in their future and can accurately assess their capabilities. They also have control in their lives and believe that even if their goals are not met, just remember this, even if their goals are not met, their confidence will be positive. They believe in themselves and accept their limitations. You understand the importance is each one has a limit. So accepting what limit you have is very, very important in life. So I don't want to lengthen it too much because it is general topic talking. I have just tried to explain how to be self-confident, how to learn to be self-confident. And before I conclude, I would like to read another poem that I love the most, and it's very, very important because its title is If You Think. Okay, just listen to this because I don't know, I love this. Anytime, every time people say, I cannot do it, I may not do it, something, I've always sent them this poem because it shows how important what you think is. Everything that you think manifests into your real life. You think you cannot, then it will not happen. So I have been teaching people, be positive, start saying it will happen, start saying it will do. What the worst will happen, it will not happen, but the most you tell it, it will happen, it will happen. So get that positive thought in yourself saying that it will happen and I can do it. What's wrong? I can do it, I can try, right? So that is one thing. So I'd like to read this poem to you all and hope it helps you all to some extent. Title, If You Think. Simple. If you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think you can't, it's almost assured you won't. If you think you will lose, you're lost. For out in the world, we find success begins with the fellow's will. It's all in the state of the mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. If you've got to think high to rise, you have got to think high to rise. You have got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. See, you have got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger and the faster. Just this is very important. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger and the faster man, but sooner or later, the man who wins Sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. I hope you got the meaning. If you think you can, you can. So I would like to conclude this self-confidence, a little bit of talk, by saying that anybody in the world can say, I can, and you can achieve it. So